Barry, as it is, of course, the first Monday of the month at 9:10. Mayor Barry, thanks for coming on this morning.
Thanks for having me, Reed. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no, it's good to have you on as always. And no, it's always a great conversation when you're on. We'll have a lot to talk about this morning. I think every time you've come on, as long as I've hosted, we've always started with just talking about construction. Obviously, a lot of that going on in Taylorville, and I just love to know kind of where we're at with that now.
Well, the West Main Cross Street continues to be. They're putting in new sewer lines now, and they've finished the water lines, like I've known. And before long, we'll be starting repaving the street. I think they're going to start on Silver Street and go east, so that will be advantageous. I drove down there today, and it is rough. The crossing there at West Main and Cheney Street is very rough, so I would advise people just to try to avoid that area and go elsewhere. So, but others, the construction, I don't think they're doing too much today with the weather we're probably going to have. So, but it continues.
And aside from today, of course, right? It's getting a little bit nicer outside. Do you folks anticipate the pace to kind of pick up a little bit with that? Once
we start repaving the roads and stuff, it will look like it, but we still got to come back and do a lot of curb work and sidewalk repair and stuff. So it's going to be a while. Like I said, I think the estimated is late September, early October. We should have it done.
So have the paving done, you mean?
Pardon?
Have the paving done?
No, they don't have the paving done yet, but that will start soon.
Okay.
And then, like I said, I just want to remind people next on the 15th, graduation night, the graduates parade. It's got a little different route. It'll leave the fairgrounds as always and go to Houston Street and then go south to Market Street and go down Market Street to the square. So a little bit different route because it always takes West Main and that would be a heck of a mess if we had to have all the graduates going down West Main.
No, that makes sense. So I'm glad you actually brought that up now. So May 15th, you said?
May 15th is graduation night.
Okay.
For the high school seniors in Taylorville, and they always have a graduation parade. And so that will have a little bit different route this year, but no, my congratulations to the 2026 graduates.
No, that's great that they get to be celebrated that way. Do you typically have a special role at the parade as mayor?
No, not as a parade. I do go to graduation. I've went to every graduation since I've been mayor, and they reserve a front row seat for me, Reed. So it's a heck of a lot nicer now with the air conditioning in the gym than it was, a few years ago when it was very, very warm in there. So, like I said, graduation is a big night for the seniors. It's a big night for our community to celebrate our seniors.
Man, it's you got the perks there as mayor of Taylorville. Yes, so yes. That's great. But no, looking forward to that and looking forward to graduation. Always a great time wherever it is that ends up happening. Anything else to share about construction or the parade or anything like that?
No, we're still waiting to go on West Main or on West Adams Street in front of the church, St. Mary's Church there, where we're still waiting on the archaeological study. But hopefully we'll hear a word from that soon and be able to finish that up this summer.
Okay, so we'll see how that progresses as time goes on. Let's talk about the Solar on Earth funding. This came up at the last city council meeting. It did not end up getting approved. Talk a little bit about that, the Illinois Shines program, and what all would have happened with that.
Well, we've heard from different companies trying to save the city money on their electricity bill. Probably a lot of residents have heard from these companies also. So the council still is looking into it to see which bet would be the best company to go for. And that was sort of maybe I made an error there. It was sort of hurried on, and I don't think any of the councilmen really knew exactly who or what they were voting on. So probably glad that it got tabled there or didn't get a second. And so we're going back to the drawing board with these companies and see who would benefit us most.
Okay, so it sounds like you folks are just kind of trying to assess your options.
Right.
So and then as for like the Illinois Shines program, is this something that like the like the state is putting on,
The
or is
state,
that
yeah, the
independent?
state's putting this on, and what it is, it's for solar development. These solar companies that we're going to sign up with, that doesn't mean we're going to have a solar array in our area. That might be a solar array that's maybe up in Bloomington or that area, and we're just going to sign into it as a partner, and we would receive a rebate on our electric bill from what the solar that they produce. So it's a statewide program, and so we're just seeing what our best options are.
Okay, so you've got the panels in Bloomington, you said. Is
They
that right?
might be in Bloomington, they might be in Champaign, they
Okay.
might be Southern Illinois, or what I'm saying. So it's not that the city is going to be involved in the solar. It's just we're going to sign up for the solar power that they do produce.
Okay, so then that's able to power at least part of Taylorville.
Correct.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know you could do
Yeah.
that with solar panels many miles away.
Right.
But
No, so whatever goes onto the grid, then we would get our power from the grid, and so it wouldn't be basically the same power, but it would be power that would be reciprocated by power from Bloomington or Champaign or wherever the solar panels are that we sign up with.
okay, yeah, and it sounds relevant because I know and you've talked about this before on this program and at meetings that electricity bills for a lot of folks have gone up, and then and it seems like you folks in the city have been kind of looking for ways
Right.
to help manage that a little bit.
I'm always looking for ways to help our constituents.
Yep. So yeah, we'll see what happens with the Illinois Shines program and Solar on Earth funding. I don't think it's on the agenda tonight.
No, it's not. We're
okay.
going to have them come back to one of our committee meetings where we can really get the final say and see who we're going to go with.
Okay. So the committee meetings, and then you think maybe at the next council meeting might
possibly. I don't know exactly. It'll be at our finance and ordinance meeting, and that might even be after our next council meeting. Our council meetings are the first and third Mondays, and we haven't had our first committee meeting they're always on the first Thursday, and last Thursday was the last day of April, so we're not have our first committee meeting on this Thursday of the month. So.
Okay. All right, so you'll talk about that when that comes up. I do want to talk about a comment that was made at the end of the last city council meeting. There was someone who visited and asked for some clarity on budget spending and the allocation of taxpayer dollars. This comes from our reporting here regarding the city of Taylorville audits in 2024-25. I'm just wondering if you have anything you want to share on that.
Well,
for the
our audits are all public record. Our budgets are all public record. I think we did answer this young gentleman's questions. At least that's our treasurer and city clerk have let me know that. Again, if he's got questions again, I feel free. He can come to my office any day. I'll try to find out the answers for him. There's sometimes in budgeting, you'll go over budget. As long as it's appropriated, you're okay to spend it. So that's what we're going on. We had a little bit of an issue. We only budgeted so much money for the Springfield Road project where we put the new water line in front of the high school.
Yep.
And then I also think this gentleman had some questions about some of the business development district money that we're spending. And like I said, it's all public record. We got nothing to hide. And like I said, he asked it in a council meeting. He's welcome to come up any day, and I will try to get the answer for him.
All right. And then now you say it's public record. Where can folks go to find this stuff?
Well, the city hall will have the budget. I think we put the budget in the paper every year. And so, like I said, it's a little bit difficult but like I said, you give us time, we'll find anything that guy is asking for.
All right. So I thought I'd ask about that, considering that was brought up there at that meeting. I'm talking right now with Taylorville Mayor Bruce Berry here on the WTIM Morning Show. Let's take a break. When we come back, plenty else to get to as well, right here on the WTIM Morning Show on your information station.
Your information station, WTIM.
Tornado Baseball and Softball, plus playoff games, are on New Country 104.1 this spring. Tune in or listen to the live audio stream of select baseball and softball games, plus playoffs of both teams. Brought to you by
the Taylorville Community Credit Union, the Christian County YMCA, Rural Rentals, and Scooters Coffee.
The purple and gold are coming your way. The Taylorville Tornadoes are going to do it today.
Of the 2024 construction projects by Christian County businesses, those businesses saved an estimated $370,000 in sales tax by utilizing the county's enterprise zone. Through the efforts of the Christian County Economic Development Corporation over the past 20-plus years to establish and grow the county's enterprise zone, new and existing businesses in the county can save significantly in sales taxes. Find out how they can help your business by clicking their icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com. The Christian County Economic Development Corporation is moving Christian County forward.
If you need care, Springfield Clinic Taylorville's walk-in clinic is available. Here's Dr. Pavi Gill with Springfield Clinic Taylorville.
Springfield Clinic Taylorville has walk-in hours from Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. You do not have to be a Springfield Clinic patient to be seen at the walk-in.
Get the care you need at Springfield Clinic Taylorville. Walk-in from Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. till 8 p.m.
Did you know that October is National Indoor Air Quality Month?
October? But this is May.
Here at Jansen's Heating and Air, we also celebrate Indoor Air Quality Month in May, June, and July.
August, September, and all the rest.
Because improving the quality of your indoor air is more than just an October thing. You may benefit from UV lights that zap the nasties infiltrating your breathable air, or air purification systems that intercept dust, pollen, pet dander, and other aggravating allergens.
We also install air filters, whole house humidifiers, and life-saving CO monitors.
There's a reason carbon monoxide is called the silent killer.
It's colorless, odorless, and left unchecked, lethal.
Commemorate National Indoor Air Quality Month early by calling Jansen's.
And breathe easy the other 11 months of the year.
562-5201. JansensHeating.com.
Is there anything special about May?
May is Zombie Awareness Month.
Congratulations. A whole month dedicated to your personality.
Thanks. Hey!
With over 8 hours a day of agriculture programming weekdays and 2 hours on Saturdays, WTIM AM, FM, and online is your ag information station. Listen by tuning in on air or online, and listen to WTIM Ag podcasts anytime.
Here's Dr. Pavi Gill from Springfield Clinic Taylorville.
Lifestyle medicine is about motivating you to improve your quality of life by changing habits and behaviors.
Find out more by clicking Dr. Gill's icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Your information station, WTIM.
Welcome back to the WTIM Morning Show on your information station. The show is sponsored by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville. I am your host, Reed Kamai, and I'm talking in this interview with Taylorville Mayor Bruce Berry. And we talked in the first segment about construction, the Solar on Earth situation with the city, and on the city of Taylorville audits and all of that. And I know tonight at the city council meeting, there's going to be some movement with the business development district, or you folks are going to discuss that. I'm just curious where the city is at overall with things, and if there's all that much traction.
You know, we encourage businesses in the business development district to come and ask for money, any type they're trying to improve the outside of their building or inside even sometimes. But this particular young gal has started a business and wants some signage. So we're going to help her with buying a new sign, and it's going to be Fred Peters' old building. I think Dave Brummer owns it now, but it's next to the bakery that the Eisenbarth girl runs. So it'll be, hopefully this young lady's business will thrive, and we're helping her out a little bit.
Okay, so you've got that going, and then so it seems like, and you sort of alluded to this just now, it's kind of about the aesthetics. Is it about a lot of these?
Yeah,
okay.
right. It's like I said, going to put a sign so people's going to know she's there.
Yeah.
Of one, and then hopefully it'll spice up the building a little bit and go from there. So
okay,
I think that building's full now, which is always a good thing in Taylorville. And we, like I said, we we encourage anybody in the business development district to come and ask for help.
Okay, yeah. So you've got that funding. About like if you're able to share how much of that funding is like still available for businesses.
We passed the 1% sales tax increase. I think that was in 2018.
Okay.
Myself and Larry Budd spearheaded that, and we collect about $1.8 million a year. And so we got $4 or $5 million still left to spend in that, and we can use that either to help businesses in that area or do infrastructure work for the city that needs done. So we spend that money. We're going to spend a little bit of that money on the rehabilitation of the downtown area. We were lucky enough to get a $3 million grant from the Rebuild Illinois program, and we'll spend another, maybe $1 million on the rehabilitation of the downtown area. So we try to put the money to good use.
Okay, so we'll see what happens with that as the weeks go on, but certainly things could look a little bit different, and hopefully a little bit more polished in the downtown area.
Right.
But it seems like that's what's going to happen through the funding. So we've got that. I want to speak on something that was actually discussed a couple days ago, right on this program. We had Ted Chapman on, who's the organizer of the 9/11 Remembrance event that's coming up this September. And I actually got to take a look at the program. I think he may have even mentioned it out loud. And it sounds like you are actually going to be among the speakers at that event. And I'm just curious. Obviously, well, first your reaction to it and how it came about that you got involved.
Ted Chapman's done a wonderful job doing all the work for this, and we're going to remember the 9/11. It's the 25th anniversary of the 9/11. It's on a Friday, September 11th in downtown Taylorville, and we're going to have a speaker. The main speaker was a policeman there in the New York area during this time. And I know maybe not people your age, Reed, but people my age, well, that's one of the things that they'll remember where they were at when 9/11 came. I know my brother had just built a new station in 97 or 98. So I walked in there after doing a record call and watched the first plane had already hit. About that time the second plane hit, and we didn't know what was going on. My younger brother, Dan, was out in Philadelphia at the time when this happened. And of course they cut off all airplane flights and stuff. And so he rented a car and drove back to Chicago that day. So it was, my family will remember it. And I think a lot of people remember where they were at when that happened.
Philadelphia, you said that's not far from New York City, so that had to have been really distressing.
And like I said, they had no idea they weren't allowed to fly, and he rented a car, and there was some girl there, lady or whatever. This 25 years ago, and she said, "Sir, can you take me with you?" And he dropped her off somewhere in Ohio. And so it wasn't anything out of his way, but just the people that came together that time was just unbelievable how our nation handled that.
That's right, and that'll be remembered, of course, in September at that. And it was really eye-opening to hear Ted Chapman's take on all of that as well. He's come on the program before plenty of times as well. We've got just under a minute to go. I do want to give you the opportunity to talk about apparently a job opening with the city.
City hires numerous young guys or young ladies to work summer help. I think we still have a couple openings. So anybody out there in the listening area, I think you have to be in the Taylorville School District area to be eligible for that. But I'd invite them to apply for the job, and hopefully we can get a job for them.
All right. So got that coming up, and who knows, you might be able to work for the city of Taylorville. Maybe see Mayor Bruce Berry a little bit more as well. Mayor Berry, thanks for coming on.
Thank you, Reed. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no, it's always great to talk to you. And thank you for listening here on the WTIM Morning Show on your information station. Stay tuned. We'll have another conversation coming up in about 10 minutes.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomas.